Samantha from Scrapmaster's Paradise, and today I'm going to give you my scrap room tour. So, this is the doorway. I'll walk you around the whole room. It's my little sign. I'm going to try to close the door to keep the dogs from making noise, but I don't know how well it's going to work, so they might start crying. Okay, so I closed the door, and so I've got this whole room all to myself. It's the first time I've ever had an entire craft room all to myself, so I'm really enjoying it. I just got done organizing how I want everything done. I'm just going to walk you through all the containers and everything, and that's it. Okay, so up here I have extra things. Got more glue dots, some embellishments, an extra stamp cleaner. They're just extra things I don't have a spot for, really. And I keep a lot of little knickknacks up at the top there, and I got pictures over there. I like keeping my little knickknacks. I've got thickers in here. You can see I've got a lot of thickers. I just love thickers. Going down, got 2 boxes of photos. I've got some more ribbon, and you'll see I've got ribbon everywhere in this room. I've got to open the door. The dog's crying. I'm sorry. Come on in. There she is. She has to be in the way. Okay. I think the other dog might stay out. Hi, baby. He just wants to be in the video. Hello. Okay. Let's get back to it. Okay. I've got more embellishments in here. Let's see if I can take things down and let you peek inside some of these. This is just ribbon. That's all from Stampin' Up. I got it when it was on clearance. And I've got other embellishments in here. Treat cups, flowers, different little goodies in there. Let me crack the door. She's whining because she can't go in and out freely. She's used to being able to go wherever she wants. And I've got re-inkers. I've got pigment in this box, and then dye ink in this box. And then I've got some of my 12 by 12 paper. And people are going to ask me, all of these I've made myself. They're just priority mail boxes. These are the mailing boxes, not the flat rate boxes. They're a little bit different, and they fit 12 by 12 paper so perfectly. So I just covered the front of them with pretty pattern paper and Mod Podge. And so I have all my own custom containers for my scrapbooking paper. And I've got more down here. This is actually from the dollar store wrapping paper I really liked. So that was cheap. I've got my Copic wallet and my overnight scrappy bag. If I'm going on a trip or anything, I'll fill this up and take it with me sometimes. And anytime I'm going anywhere, I'm always filling up this Copic wallet and taking Copics with me. This one holds 72, so I can get a bunch of them in there. And I don't know if you guys know this, but my store, all the items are stored here. I ship out everything all by myself, so I want to be showing you guys where everything's stored. But this is some of my 6x6s that are for sale in the store, and then I've got another box of them over there. This has fabric, felt, fabric glue, sewing patterns. I'm not very big into sewing, but it's one of my things I want to start learning more about. So up here I've got Easy Tack, Easy Tack, and some workable fixative. That's for chalks, and it really helps you set stuff. I've got Mod Podge, both glossy and matte. Some chalks from Stampin' Up! I haven't opened. Card bases. Okay, so these are just card bases. What I do is I just cut the cardstock in half, score it and fold it, and then I don't have to worry about scoring and folding later on. I just grab which color I want. So that's the start of most of my cards. Set that back up there, and the lid's on the floor. I've got an empty box, and these are all my little embellishments. I've got buttons, brads. I don't think I have any more eyelets. I think I got rid of all those. little clips. So they're all in these boxes, and I actually need another box. I've got some of my 6x6 papers in here. I've got more of those over at my desk. I've got tape runners, glitter glue and sprays, glue guns, other adhesive like Stamp Dimensionals, foam dots and stuff. I've got an empty one, and then, oh, I don't think that one's empty. Oh, it's got empty containers in it. I guess I should label that one. And I've got some office supplies, some labels, label tape, things like that. One of these little things, I've got some scissors, my heat gun, some stuff in each one of these little things. There's one of my custom stamps. I don't really know what to do with some of those things, so I just leave them in the container. More 12 by 12s. And this, I actually just turned magazine-sized file things sideways, and so I have room for some Copic paper. These are catalogs and idea books that I haven't really gone through yet. And then this is paperwork. There's lots of paperwork involved with running my business, so just keep invoices and stuff there. This box has cardstock, card kit, supplies. These are stamp packaging, tissue paper, a bunch of extra stuff in there. This is the closet. It's actually a walk-in closet and holds a lot of our household stuff and my boxes and envelopes for shipping everything. In this corner, I've got all my little stamps that I have stored in these CD cases. I think I got this at Target a while back. It wasn't very expensive at all. I've got some more stamps up here. They're newer. I haven't put them in packaging yet. Okay, let's go to my next shelf. I've got my Stampin' Up! Markers, an empty one, Divine Twine, more pattern papers, some pictures, and I just ordered all of this Kiwi Kiss cardstock from Stampin' Up! It was in their clearance section, so I just stocked up. Here I have all my little ink pads. They're just the little 1-inch cubes and throughout this whole thing. I've got my glitter and my embossing powder in here. This is loose glitter, and on the other side I had the glitter glue and the glitter sprays. I keep the loose glitter with my embossing stuff. More card bases, more extra little doodads. I love my little labeler. I use that a lot. Got some extra little things in here. Distressing kit, mat, my little scissors. These are the scissors I use when I'm cutting up my stamps. When they come on sheets that haven't been die cut. Got another X-Acto blade. My dog's chewing on herself. Stop, stop. Not. Okay, and then I've got some more little pattern papers here. Then this is my projects in progress, and it's more just like all of my little knickknacks and things I want to put in scrapbooks. Eventually, they go in this huge pile, and one day I'll get to scrapping those. I've got some cardstock here, and these are some older card kits and such that I have. I've got page protectors and lots of little chipboard elements. Okay, and at the bottom I already showed you the 6x6 pads, and then this one is all my paint. I've got crackle paint and acrylic paints. I used to dabble in painting, so I still have a lot of my paint supplies. In this box I have new My Mind's Eye stuff to put into the store. Okay, and this is my new light box area. In a previous video I showed you guys my light box that I used to have, but this one's actually bigger, so I'll talk about it now. It's big enough that I can do 12 by 12 papers and layout, so I just turn on the lights. And I don't know if you guys can see it really well, but I've got these little 3M hooks. These are for like wires and stuff. But I put some along the the bottom and along the side so I can just stick 12 by 12s to the back here and photograph them straight on, and that way I don't have to worry about photographing them kind of crooked. When I photograph things laying down, it tends to not work out for me, so I like to hang them up there, and that's worked really well for me. Let me turn that off. Okay, and so I've got more of these magazine files turned to the side, and I'll probably end up filling them up with paperwork and magazines or something later, but I didn't really know what to do with them. Yes, thank you for your input. Thank you. She's talking because she hears me talking. And here I've got some stuff you can't see. I've got stuff for giveaways all in through here. I'll show you guys. I got a book. I keep some of my files in here. Oh, I'll show you more ribbon. You'll see a lot of ribbon coming up soon. And then this bottom one is where I put all my recycling. I don't like to throw away paper or anything. I just like to recycle it. So stick it in there in a box, but it's overflowing now. Okay, let's move on to this side. This is actually my husband's desk, but it actually is too big for our living room. So I got the desk in here that I'm excited about. I've loved having the big desk. Okay, let's start at the top. I've got all my Cricut cartridges. They're kind of in alphabetical order across, and then down each thing, and then those are my Only Imagine cartridge. So I put my cute little cards up there that people have sent me. Stop, Emmy. Emma's really distracting. I didn't realize how distracting she was. Okay, so all these cute little cards people have sent me, but then there's the vent right there, so there's one big giant gap, and then cards continue. And I've got this wonderful hutch. I just love this. And I've got books, a scale. This is where my cords and my cameras go. I've got printing paper, and this is where I do our family budget and everything. So I've got checks and all sorts of things, and then stuff for shipping, because this is where I sit and ship everything. And I've got our family budget, cards and scrapbook, inspiration. I take these from magazines. I just take out some of my favorite ones and stick them in page protectors. And then I can flip through these if I ever need some extra inspiration. I like to reference those every once in a while. And then I also print out sketches every once in a while and put them in there. And this is the magazine I got published in for the first time, so I keep it there. And I'm going to eventually frame that somehow. Here are some of my cards that I've made. It's overflowing. I've got my Cricut, and I keep some of my scraps here to use with my Cricut. I've got my computer, my little notepads. I'm always taking notes, and I have to-do lists, and this one's actually a monthly planner, so I plan out my month. There's that. My wonderful printer. I love my printer. And in here I have some shipping stuff, and those boxes have envelopes in them. And there's this pull-out drawer for a keyboard. I don't have a keyboard, so I just keep some of my shipping supplies on there so I can package things up right at my desk. And I've got my Imagine here. In this drawer, I've got the scale that I use. I actually have two of these. More ribbon and some extra ink for the Imagine. And then I don't think I have anything in this one. Empty! I've still got some space. And I've got my mats hanging up on one of these 3M hooks. I love those little hooks. And then I've got a calendar. I love Twilight. There's my calendar. So next to the desk I have this 6-foot-long fold-up table. And so with the desk together I have this big giant U shape in my room. I like that a lot. So this is actually where I sit. I've got my trimmer, all my punches, some extra supplies, acrylic blocks, and I got these cute little bowls, and I put different things in each one. I've got some twine, all sorts of die cuts and embellishments that are already opened, some paper scraps, some stamps that I've already colored in. I've got a bunch of those ready, and pins and scissors. And then when I pick out embellishments that I decide not to use, I just stick them in this little catch-all little bowl. So I sit here with my pink cutting mat. I got some new magazines to go through. And then I've got my Copics and glue. These are the glues I just reach for when I'm crafting. Paper scraps and my ATG. A cute little doodad. This is actually a pin. I'm eventually going to tape him down somewhere. He doesn't actually stick. But I thought he was really cute, so I'm keeping him. And my airbrush machine. And here's one of my newest things in my room that I'm really excited about. Sit down. This is where I keep all my pattern paper that I grab and craft with. I just like to keep all of my newest stuff over here, I guess. So I've got all my little 6x6 pads, and then I keep my 12x12s in here. And I've got my little Copic pack. I've showed you guys in videos where I like to stamp a bunch of images so I can color anytime. I don't have to stamp a bunch of stuff all at once. And I've got Echo Park kits, loose paper, a couple of cardstock sheets I plan to use, more paper scraps, alphabets, and my score pal. So that's what I keep right next to my desk and I can use all the time. Going back right behind me so I can sit and actually grab things all in this area. Got some Distress inks, and all my Stampin' Up! Inks and other inks are in two of these little Stampin' Up! Caddies. I've got a bunch of stuff on the top here. Got some sponge daubers, little ink pads. This is the Rock Candy Crackle paint. And some cleaners and some glaze. And here's where you're going to see a bunch of ribbons. You've already seen ribbon in 3 different places. More ribbon. And then more ribbon again. And more ribbon. Oh, I've got a ribbon addiction. So, let's go on. These are some little media storage things I got at IKEA. They were actually only $5. I store my bigger stamp sets in these. I like the Stampin' Up! DVD cases a lot, but I also have other kinds too. I like having some of my stamps close to me at my table. And then this is a keepsake board my mom and I made together. I just put all my cards that people send to me on here. It's getting full. And then I have more cards actually in that bottom box. And more cards stacked around. This is my 12x12 cardstock. And what I like to do is I like to label them with these little tags. I got these at Staples and I couldn't find them anymore. So I started getting these file box tags and just taping them onto the paper with my ATG. So I still can label all my stuff, but that's why there's 2 different kinds of tags there. And there's some of my 8.5x11 cardstock, which continues down here. I put it in rainbow order. I like cardstock a lot. Then I've got all my albums. I'm trying not to stand in front of the light. All my 12x12 and 8.5x11 albums are in there. A lot of these are filled up, but they're not all filled up. So let's go. I've got all these little pink boxes on the bottom, and I'll go one by one. I've got some packaging, and these are Echo Park kits that are for sale in the store. And let's see what's in this one. I've got chipboard and bind-it-all wires. Let's keep going. This one, I've got one of my keepsake books. more cardstock, more chipboard. And we'll keep going. Oh, and an empty one. Okay, so now these other 4 on the second shelf, hi Emma, are filled with stamps. These are all my SP and Company stamps. I have them organized in there, so I can just grab them as people order them. They're all tucked away. And then on this caddy I've got washi tape, some extra little goodies that I like. And I also put my Big Shot dies next to my Big Shot, so I can use that. And that is it. So let's look around the room. I have really enjoyed having my own space. There you have it. Thanks for watching. Bye.